Hello, this is Cybersecurity Show 2018. This year we're going to start with the news of the day, which is the processor patch. So in the processor patch, we have a perfect example of what happens in a processor in a patch cycle. This happens to be a processor patch cycle. So I have created this image called the From Bug Found to Patch Safe. It's on the Oversight Sentry bug, the website. So I'm going to go through it real quick with you. So first of all, the bug is found by researchers somewhere in the world. Now this particular patch, the processor bug, was found last year, like about a couple months ago. So after that was found, the researchers disclosed to the vendors what goes on. So they're disclosing to the vendors because they want the vendors to be patching their environment. So this particular problem was a bug in a processor. So this bug actually causes problems for the operating systems and the applications, because now the operating system does not have inter-process security. So you're not supposed to see what other processes are doing. So in this case, though, because of this bug, you can see what the other applications are doing because of this bug. So this is a pretty serious bug, because imagine you've got a credit card application and your browser could see what your credit card application is doing with credit cards. That's not good. Or in this case, the criminals are also developing applications which they call malware, malicious software, which they try to install into your computers. So in this case, at the same time that the researchers found the problem, potentially criminal hackers also found this problem. They're always looking for these situations. And also the nation state IT people also have found this problem. I don't know if you remember, there was a number of zero-day bugs and issues that the US NSA had on hand so they could check any machine that they want. This is what that's called. They're constantly looking for these, what are called zero-day problems, zero-day patches, zero-day bugs, rather. So what happens next after the researchers find the bug is the researchers disclose to the public after a certain time that they wait, because they disclose it to the vendors, and so the vendors are creating the patches. In the meantime, some time goes by, and this is the reason the researchers disclose to the public is because they are making the vendors, they're forcing them to create patches. Otherwise, a lot of vendors don't do anything. So therefore, the researchers decide at a certain time, I call it day 30, they will disclose to the public. So now everybody knows. So look at it this way. January 3rd now happens, and everyone was told there's a processor bug. So now it's definitely, everyone knows about it, and now all the criminal hackers that didn't know about it, now they do know about it. Everyone knows. Everyone knows about the problem now. So that's day 30. So the actual next thing that happens is day 45, which is the antivirus vendors create a signature which they hope will prevent many of the problems that the criminal hackers have feverishly trying to create while they knew about this new bug. Now notice you're not going to be able to catch all of them because creating new ones all the time, antivirus is only 50% effective. But that's okay, you gotta have antivirus. You better be 50% than nothing. So then what happens is day 60, what I call day 60, the patch is actually released by the vendors. And the criminals, of course, are actively exploiting your systems. So when is this? As far as hopefully Microsoft and many of the other application vendors, Mac and Android, etc., have created patches. And Microsoft has created what is a Patch Tuesday. Once per month, they send out most of their patches. So this happens to be the second Tuesday of the month, so that will be January 9th. So this next week, hopefully we'll see some patches for this processor bug. So now we've got the patch for the processor bug. So now what happens? Now the patch should be installed by your IT staff, right? Well, not so fast. So let's go over that a little bit. We need to create a playbook. We need to figure out a standard methodology of solving these. This is a constant cycle of bugs found, problems found, different issues, and then the patches come out, and then we install the patches. As you notice, Patch Tuesday happens every month. So if the patch doesn't come out this month in January, hopefully it'll come out February 13th. If Microsoft's having some kind of problem, or you have a problem with the patch, then maybe it will be fixed by the February 13th. So you have to create a patch process. So in your patch process, you should test the new patches. After you test your patches, you need to back up your devices. If you don't do regular backups at this particular time, you should probably do a good backup. Then you install a patch, because if there's a problem, you can recover. And then you test your applications on your devices. So now you have to repeat this on all your devices. So you can't just run the patch and hope everything will be fine. So if you've got a problem, then it's as if you've got some malware. Then you got a different issue. You're going to have problems. So you have to create this correctly. So when you want to create a playbook for your company, for your cybersecurity company environment, you want to create a defensive map of your company. To create your defensive map, you've got to create an inventory of your systems, your operating system versions, what ports are open on the network, and then after you find out what ports are open, then you can do more advanced vulnerability analysis. There's different tools you can use with how you find out what the ports are open and what vulnerability analysis there is. So again, we have to prep for the attack that will come. And the best way to minimize attacks is to have proper patching procedures. So thank you for listening. Hopefully that gave you some information as to what's going on with these Intel processor patches, the bugs and the patches, and the whole cycle. Give me some feedback if you like. Let me know what you're thinking about this. We'll see you next month or another month, depending on the news of the day. I may have more frequent videos. Thank you very much.